My people, what up, though? We are back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. I know it's been a while, but damn it, we back. And it feels good. I miss y'all faces, man. I ain't seen y'all boys in a minute, man. We've been really out here busy, living life and doing things. You know what I'm saying? What's good, fellas? How you be? How you living? How you feeling? Sorry, let's go back to the top. What's up, y'all? My name is Chief.
I'm Bell. Butta.
Yeah, and we back doing this thing rolling. Fellas, I miss y'all. What's happening? How y'all be? How y'all feeling? What it is, what it was, what it does, cuz?
Yeah. It's a lot going on. Tired. I had I'm good. Short answer.
Nah, short answer, you giving a check-in. Butta, you good? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm as good as I can be with a, head full of like mucus. I'm killing the game.
The game killing you?
Nah, I can't let the game kill me. Weather trying. What I would like to be is in a relationship the way winter is holding on to fucking spring.
Listen.
What a motherfucker don't let you go. Like,
man, listen.
We're approaching restraining order time.
Yeah, word. Give us free, like word.
To like, I can't. I'm like, let go now. Like what?
Nah, word for sure.
Hey, you got that snappy nappy dugout.
Snappy nappy dugout. Yo, what's goody though, Bell? Come on, man. Let's get you first. B, check in, man. How you be? I miss y'all for real though.
I miss you too, man. There's a lot going on with me. It's like, where do I even start?
Start with telling him you stood up your best friend the other day, telling him you was gonna pull up and they didn't pull up on me. I was excited to see my homie.
Yeah, I was in and out. It was Mother's Day actually, so I had my mother-in-law with me. Lo was with me and Chase was with me, but we still had to go back to Boston. So I was just like, man, I gotta make a stop to see Unc. I said I'll catch Chief on the rebound.
On the flip side.
But all right, so let's see. It's been a couple months since I recorded.
Has it?
Yeah,
at least one.
Okay,
1 month.
Yeah, because we've been 3 weeks out, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because we were the last episode to record, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, you had a guest on, I think. Actually, I take that back. Doesn't matter. It's been a minute. So I went to Barbados a couple weeks ago. Yeah, April. Yeah, April 22nd. I went to Barbados. So that was dope. Like that was real nice. I don't know if our listeners ever been. It's just one, I didn't realize how far south it is. That's just damn near South America. Like Barbados is out there. Beautiful island, beautiful people. Like got me some red snapper, Chief.
Word. Was it all that?
It was real good. It just wasn't. It was grilled on the grill versus like deep fried. You know what I'm saying? But still really, really good. Like really, really good. They got this outside food spot. Shout out to all my Bayesian folks. It's called Oystins. So it's like think of like kind of probably like Parkville Market a little bit, but just all like different type of food spots, different type of bars and stuff like that. It's just, and they got like vendors out there. They got music, people playing music. It was cool. It's definitely a spot that all tourists will go to if they're in Barbados. Like it's nice though. I would like Barbados to be a little less expensive, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you got much control over that, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, like, and on top of that, it didn't hurt that I was down there for my man's birthday, and he put us up in a mansion, like 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms.
Shit, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it. You know what I'm saying?
And he definitely did it. And
shout out to Donnell.
That was dope. His birthday's actually his actual birthday's tomorrow. So we did that. That was I needed that. I needed to disconnect. I didn't that might be two things. One, that was the longest vacation I ever took, 5 days. Two, I didn't entertain family or work while I was on that trip. I just was like, listen, I don't give a shit what's going on. I don't want to hear about it. And I said, whatever it is, I'll deal with it when I come back, work or otherwise. So that was cool. What else has been happening? my father, my father's been. I haven't been recording. My father's been ill, so I've been tending to him. But he's making a lot of progress, which is good. Um, really good actually, and dealing with that. And I had Lorraine and I finalized our estate plan, so we got that taken care of. We signed last week, so we got that. I got to get me a safe actually. now that I think about it. With that, got a couple things done around the house. I had my exterior doors replaced. That's it, man. Work busy. I was at a conference yesterday, which I'll get into during the treatment. But I was at a conference yesterday. Um, I got some upcoming travel going down to Florida, going down to Charlotte. Got to make it to Wisconsin and Chicago, I think. So that's all within the next like 45 days or so, 50 days. But yeah, man, busy, tired, busy, tired. Chase turned 6. Brianna turned 29.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Lot going on.
From what it sounds like, though, all is good, though, man. All is on the up and up. You know what I mean? Good
Yeah,
spirits, good end. That's what's up.
yeah, everything is cool. Everything
L-
is cool.
That's what's up. LT, what's up? Talk to us, B. How you living? How you be? How you feeling?
I'm amazing actually. I might be under the weather some. I don't even know why this in my ear. I don't know.
I'm gonna go off screen real quick.
I was under the weather, but I'm feeling like 100% better than what I was, that's for damn sure. Um came off a little like gig that I thought was fun. Thank you, Chief, for putting me on to hip hop poetry versus hip hop. It was a lot of fun at City Winery.
Was you freestyling or
Uh
battling? Battling?
hosted the show.
Huh?
So I hosted the entire show.
Okay, okay, okay. Is that the one where it's like a rap battle, but with poetry and rap?
It's poetry and rap. Yeah, it was a battle. And then we had features. So you had Queen Sheba, who's actually been
Yep.
doing it for about the last 10 years, Malik Youssef, and then one of the founding
Malik Yousef's been around for a while.
man for years from
Yeah.
Chicago native. And then Abby O'Doon, who was one of the original Last Poets.
Hmm.
So he did his thing. We killed. It was an amazing show. We got great reviews. And then I've been doing a lot of keynote addresses. So I keynoted. The last keynote address I did was with District 75 here in New York City. This district is so dope because they deal with and work with a lot of students who have disabilities uh,
Mm.
and terminal students. So
Yo.
yeah, and so like being with those fathers who are figuring out fathering and then figuring out fathering a child who has disabilities and things like that. It was just beautiful to see these brothers kind of acknowledge they may not have had fathers, but that's what made them want to be fathers and the gift of their child. And then just working with some like dope principals and being in schools doing the work that I do. I love that. Had a chance to do some DEI work with a company today. So I appreciate companies who haven't thrown out diversity, equity, and inclusion, but really intentional about having their community be seen. So it's cool to have real dialogue about race and culture and like lead the discussion. So that that's always cool. I had a trip. I was going to LA, but that trip got canceled. It was a blessing in disguise because I would not have been good for it, but I'm glad. And so from I'm renewing my passport. I got to get out of here for a little bit. It's time to take another trip. But I'm a little nervous about flying. I'm gonna be 100% honest because of whatever is happening in the world. But I want to get out the
Mhm.
country for a little bit. So that's what I'm looking at. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the summer, man. I need some heat. Like
Or
ah, yo, son, like I need some heat so bad. I'm not even lotioning my legs this summer. I'm just going outside ashy. I'm gonna be two-tone this whole summer. My legs ain't gonna never have had seen the sun. Y'all getting belly, back fat, and tiny ass ankles. Like I don't give a damn no more. Like I so want to be outside. I think I bought my last sneaker on Saturday for a long time. I'm so serious. I can't do it no more. I was like, dude, like we gotta stop. Like enough is enough. So that that's where it's at. And I've been connecting people to people. So that's the other thing. I love being a connector. I love like bridging relationships. So there's a dope sister named Sharifa. She has a clothing brand called Black and Ugly. And I was able to connect her to this sister who is doing work around the Green Book. Are you all familiar with what the Green Book is?
Mm-mm.
So the Green Book is what they used to use during like late 50s, 60s, where it was the safest routes for us to travel through the South,
Oh wow.
North. And so she did a whole clothing line dedicated to that. But the sister is also doing a tour around art and things like that. So I'm looking forward to them collaborating and making something beautiful happen while we continue to educate ourselves. And I'm really pissed off with what's going on in the South. And this blatant,
Oh, Black and Ugly is dope.
yeah. And so all of her work is really, all of her clothing line is designed to create information, wearable art that speaks to like history and culture. So she has stuff with Maya Angelou and Harriet Tubman. And it's like, it's really dope. I love the shirt she has for children, young, gifted, and black. Like, so yeah, but other than that, I missed y'all a lot. So I can't wait, can't wait to jump into this conversation. Big Chief, what's up?
Yo, man, can y'all hear me? I just had to put my headphones in, but we good?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like y'all, man, a lot going on. Obviously, when we miss a couple of weeks, there's just a ton of stuff we can get into. So I'll keep it brief. But my big boy turned 12 on Saturday.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was cool. He taller than Mia now. She tripping out about it. Baby boy's happy and healthy, thriving, feeling good. Mia is absolutely killing it in softball, Butta. Like you ain't been in the text chain, bro, but she has she had a game this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hit a home run every game. Struck out 4.
What her and her childhood friend did.
Like,
yeah. I was in the text. I saw.
Yeah. So she hit one today again. Hit one yesterday. 14 strikeouts yesterday. I think only 7 today. But either way, like she's been grooving, man. She's been really doing well. I got a call back from. Not a callback, but I've been interviewing for these principal positions, just trying to get my interviews in. And
hear you, your head. What?
You've been interviewing for principal jobs, bro?
What?
Assistant principal, yeah. I've been interviewing for them.
You ain't tell nobody nothing.
You ain't said nothing.
I haven't talked to y'all. I mean, I'm here.
Oh, but we know all about Mia.
Yeah, we know all about Mia.
You mean online? I mean, I ain't get the job.
No. And through text messages, we know all about Mia.
Yeah, we know about Mia.
I mean, again, I didn't get the job or whatever, but like, yeah. So I learned that I was a finalist in one of them, so that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And because you leave an interview and you feel good about it, but when you don't hear the call back, you know what's up. So, but it was cool to get the feedback and whatnot. So that was dope. My man and I, my partner.
There's some shit to unpack there, but we can keep going.
What you mean?
Yo, Chris, stay out my head, because I was like, yeah, hold up. Negro, about a couple of months ago, it was I don't man, that. Now it's like, yeah, I'm first of all, I'm proud as hell.
Well, thank you. I mean,
children deserve that kind of leadership, and I'm proud that you finally see yourself as somebody not just holding the certification but activating in it. I think that's big. But with Chris, we're gonna unpack that on the next episode. We're gonna let
Yep. Fair enough.
All right, cool.
We unpack
yeah, but again, that was I was telling Belle a while ago, like I wanted to get into the to do a couple interviews for the experience of it and see how it goes. But I'm really leaning towards the athletic director lane. I think that'll be something I really enjoy doing versus being
like I said, bro. I hear the experience on that, but what if you get it?
Right. No. I mean, that's something.
So
that's something.
The jobs you are interviewing for is one.
Yes, absolutely. That's something. But that's something I obviously have to consider if it comes down. I'll be for sure, absolutely. And it felt good. I'm not gonna lie. It felt good to be in there and me shake some hands and politic and speak the language. And it felt good. I really was a little apprehensive about it, but it wasn't really out of my league. You go in there and you have these self doubts or whatever. But it felt cool. So It was straight. But
you stay in New Britain?
no, I didn't even interview in New Britain.
Where'd you interview at?
Torrington. That was the one that the callback, whatever. But we'll dive into that later. But on a lighter note and personal note, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see what's going on right here, but you know what I'm saying?
I love that. Yeah, congratulations to both of y'all being inducted.
That's me. So I didn't get it. We unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to celebrate it together, but you know what I mean? Me and my partner got inducted to our city sports hall of fame, man, and it was a really cool event, yo. It was bittersweet because I really didn't know what to expect, and it ended up being much better than I thought it was. But I was just like, I wish my dude was here to rock this moment with me, man. It would have been really dope. But I got my kids suited and booted, and we cleaned up and had a good time. So it felt really good, man. Just to kind of it felt different than what I anticipated it to be, and I'm super thankful that I went because it was a nice event and it was good for my kids to kind of see me in that element. And one cool part about it was Lindsay Ryba Bell she got inducted as well, but her and her father are the only father-daughter duo to ever get in there. And Bubba kind of looked at me like, so that was kind of cool. But outside of that, man, everything is really, it's a lot going on. But for the most part, everything is good. My auntie Cindy's staying with me for a while. She came from Atlanta. It was good to have her here. No need for her to be out there after Big Mama passed. So she's here and she's getting to spend time with her daughter and her grandkids. And that's beautiful to see or whatever, so.
I love that. How's your mom doing?
That's real cool.
Mom's just good, man. She's good. She just left her doctor today. She get her surgery next month for her knee, get that one knee done. She about to be the electric sliding all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
So I text Peaches Happy Mother's Day, right? I never even told you. Let me tell you what she said to me. I said, Happy Mother's Day, Peaches. Make sure Chief spends some money on you today. And she said, Diddy took me to Foxwoods Thursday night. I won $750 on the high hand of poker. I got a 10 high straight flushed. I don't know what none of that shit means. She said she sent me a picture of her winnings. And then she said, she sent me a picture of her license. And she said, I gave this floor worker my license to get paid. And he said, that is one beautiful picture. She got it at 66.
She funny as hell. She too funny.
A picture of your license.
She too funny. Nah, she funny. She coolin' though. She really coolin'. So ain't no complaints there, man. Ain't no complaints there. So yeah, man, we caught up a little bit, but let's get into it, man. What we talking about today? We got to get the people what they want.
Maybe we should just do a longer check-in because this is going to take us way longer than the time I got tonight. So, or maybe we should catch up on something else because once I get into this, it's going, and I ain't got the time to give tonight.
Well, no, let's go ahead and get into it because what we did last time was we actually picked up an episode. We carried it on to like a part 2. I thought that was cool.
All right. So,
you know what I'm saying?
No, all good. So my topic tonight is I wrote it a while ago and I thought we went over it. So sidebar, how often do you guys go back and watch old episodes?
Not very. Every now and then. I actually watched a couple over last week, but I don't go back very often.
I neither do I. Like I watch them in real time or listen in real time, and then I don't really go back typically, but I had to do it this time because just for the people to help you understand. So we each write a treatment either, and we put them in this portal, right? We all have the treatments that we want to write. So the one I'm going to go over tonight, I wrote it a long time ago. We just never got into it because there was so many treatments that we could get to. Anyway, another treatment that Chief had suggested a while ago that we do, and I felt like we did it, and I just couldn't remember. So I went back to start watching other episodes. Because, sometimes we'll name a treatment, but then when it's released, we'll name the episode something different.
Right.
So you got to kind of go through and listen to the episode to see what was talked about. So I realized that we did do that treatment that I was planning on doing tonight. But in doing that, I'm like, This is a good two things. One, it aligns with my topic tonight, but it was a good reflection point because like it was really cool, Chief, because whatever episode I listened to like two, I listened to three today. One is in entirety, which is the last one we recorded that I never listened to, and then a couple other ones. But and anyway, in one of the joints, you were saying that I'm gonna get my basement done and I'm gonna start doing my I think you called it your series down there, your poetry series down there, and it was cool because then we log on today in your basement. At least a portion of it is done. So I'm like, that's cool to hear you talking about that, and then hop on this episode today and it's done. So for the people who can't see, Chief, we have our logo, and Chief created a what is that called? What type of light? Is this
a neon sign?
Light? Yeah, neon sign with our logo and the word healing below it. So that was cool to hop on and see that. But my topic for tonight is sidebar. I might have somebody for you, Chief. Sidebar. I might have somebody for you.
Okay.
But
we haven't talked in a while.
Let me find out you got
not like that. We haven't talked in a while. That's all I'm saying. I ain't talked to my nigga in a while. You know what I'm saying? We've been busy. You know what I mean?
Yo, okay. Well, as we say in corporate, we'll put a pin in that. All right. Put a pin in that. But
all of this. This is all good stuff. This is all we down a good street.
Yeah. So Chief asked if he wanted, if just again more perspective. Chief asked us yesterday if we wanted him to do one of his old treatments, and I was like, let me just look in there to see what's in there, and then I found this treatment. So the title is "Who Will You Be in 5 Years?" And I thought it was fitting for today because yesterday I was at a really big financial services client of ours, or banking client, excuse me, of ours, and they had a summit. And I met a ton of great people. More importantly for me, I met people that are in Boston, and because I don't tend to do a lot out here, and when you get good people that are here, then you could be more inclined to do those things. But as important as that is the stuff that people, because it was a summit, so there were speakers and things like that, and it wasn't like it was more like it was more of a story around perseverance, and like when you and as performers, you guys can appreciate this. It's like almost like when you work to get something and you're like, all right, I'm at the table, and then you realize, holy shit, I didn't realize to sit at this table it's going to require another year of work, literally, before I get what I came here for. You know what I'm saying? So it was really good to hear that. But I was just empowered and encouraged by a lot of the speakers. Anyway, who will you be in 5 years? So if you guys haven't picked up just from listening to our podcast, I've started like my I guess like my self-development journey some years ago. So I'm always trying to find something to keep me motivated. Not keep me motivated, not the right word. To keep me in the game. That's a better way to say it, right? So like a quote, the quote that I read about 20 years ago. I didn't know the book I read it in. It wasn't the original person. They were quoting somebody else, and the quote was from Charlie Tremendous Jones, and the quote was, "In 5 years, you'll be exactly who you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read." So I've spoke about this before at length in terms of my propensity to hustle and how it's rooted in fear of being broke, basically. So, and I think my opinion. I'm going to talk to my therapist my next session. But in my opinion, I think it derives from this unconscious 5-year window that I have with progression.
Mm.
And before I get into that, I'm just going to unpack some stats real quick. So I read the quote about in 5 years you'll be exactly who you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. So according to PEW research, over a quarter of the U.S. adult population said they hadn't read a book within the last year, whether that was an audiobook,
Wow.
ebook, or physical book.
Wow.
For those with a college degree, the percentage is significantly lower, 8%. Moreover, while the average person reads 12 books per year, which is the mean, the median was 4. In other words, a small segment of the population read tons of books. The average person meets roughly 3 new people per day, totaling over 1,000 per year. So I remember when I read this statistic and I'm like, or when I read that quote originally, it was, I remember saying like, I need to read more, which led me to think about what we do that subconsciously propels us / holds us back. So, when I wrote this treatment, I'm trying to remember why I did it. I remember, I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but this was, this triggered me because, I had made a decision not to do something that I would have done 10 years ago without question. And it wasn't like causing harm or anything like that, but I made the decision not to do it because I felt like just putting myself in that environment would set me back mentally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, harmless what I would have been doing, but that environment, I'm like, that it's gonna take me, I don't know how long, but a little bit to recalibrate. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about, you know, what we're doing for our future selves. So before we get into it, have either one of you, well, Chief, I know you've heard it because you've heard me say it, but you probably heard me say it too. Have you heard that quote before I said it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your first thoughts after me reading those statistics, me giving you the quote and the title, right? Which is Who Will You Be in 5 years? What thoughts, emotions, feelings came to mind?
Inconsistent plans. Plans always changing. First thing that came to me was like, damn, like you said this, but then you changed it to that, and now you're looking at that, but it could be that. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a goal, but the post is always shifting, or has a tendency to shift. And I think that's what stuck out to me the most right now is like, you know what I'm saying? Like as I'm starting to just feel out different things, and like I said, just doing the interviews and then deciding like, is it AD or is it AP? Is it just retire and go? You know what I'm saying? Like I can retire in like 2 years. So I think that's what you asked. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Butta?
I think about where I'm at now, and I actually have a book that talks about a 5-year plan. I often think about how I used to hold life and death. I was so unafraid of death that I was kind of like, when it comes, it comes. And being like fully candid, I wasn't really attached to living in a particular way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I often think about how many fathers I get the chance to speak to, being a non-father, but being a father figure to people, right? And I'm like, and people, and I'm grateful for that. I get this sense of warmth when I see fathers with their children, and not like a regret, but like a deep. loss. And so what I've been doing a lot of is facing up. There's some things that I have avoided over my life. So I've been doing a lot of facing up. I've also been acutely aware that I have some very deep-seated resentment for my parents and the lack of preparedness I often feel, and the fascination with how people trust me with information. And I'm like, me? Y'all shit, I want to call somebody else? And not like from a place of imposter syndrome, but kind of like, I'm figuring my own shit out. You know what I'm saying? But then also, um, I think in 5 years, I really just want peace. I don't know that I've had to come to the realization I don't desire a romantic relationship. And when I got that, I was like, oh, right. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I don't know if that's something that's forever, but I think in this season of my life, it's not something that I'm reaching for because I don't have a desire for it, but I don't know where the loss of the desire came from. Because I was the person that was like, I talk love and ooh, like I'm in love with the idea of love and I love seeing love on people. But when it came to me, it was like, ooh, it was like in 5 years, do I see myself with someone? And I don't, right? Do I see myself successful? Absolutely. Do I see myself traveling? Absolutely. Seeing the world, consummate student. What else can I learn? What can I add to me? I've been asked on numerous occasions to look at social work or therapy as a lens and a lane in real time. And I'm like, nah. But I had a student, I'll never forget this young brother. He's like, Mr. Butter, you need to do this therapy shit for real, man. I feel different. I was at a transfer school and I was like, yeah. And that was the first time that somebody said it where it like hit my soul. And I'm like, am I doing people a disservice? But like, and then like, just like, is that something for me? So I do see more education on the horizon. Um, yeah, and, just like I'm just in a very contemplative place in my life right now, right? Because I have the blessing of being able to speak into other people's lives consistently, and so I want to like I hope that I can find a great mentor because that's what I'm missing.
Mm.
I want somebody to teach me. I want to be fathered by a great like person. Um, and the people who I admire and admonish, I would love to like sit at those tables. I want to sit at the tables with the Tony Robinsons and the Les Browns, and break bread with the Brene Browns and stuff like that. So that's really what my heart is. Whatever that sacrifice needs to be. Because when the comment about sitting at the table and knowing that there's more, I'm willing to make the sacrifice so that people don't have to go through what I went through.
Hey, Butter, I'm listening to you, and I heard you, and I appreciate your story here. But I heard you say it was a quick transition from I want to be mentored to I want to be fathered.
Yeah.
And you obviously mentioned the discomfort you're having with the situation around with your parents and whatnot. At the double nickel, is that something that you're still yearning for? And it was just interesting because I shared a story this weekend just about how the process of going through the therapy and being at a place where I saw my father and wasn't impacted internally like I was before. I didn't have that visceral response. And it was relieving for me, like, and for y'all too, to witness it. So when I heard you say that, I'm just like, I'm younger than you in a sense, and I'm just like, I'm just now getting over that, and being able to see this. But to hear you say that, it's just like, damn, like, from the outside looking in, like you said, people trust you. People feel like you got it all going on. You still figuring your shit out. And is that something that weighs on you? Is what I'm asking. Because hearing you say mentor, cool. But when you say you want to be fathered at 55, it struck me in a way I didn't expect it to.
What I'm understanding about myself is that the short answer is yes. And you heard me correctly. What I mean by that, I don't have my father, I don't have my mother. So both of them are no longer on the planet. Now, here's the truth. When they were on the planet, I didn't have them either. And so a lot of my time has been spent being invited into parts of my own family. Hey, come over here with us and hang with us, and come over here and hang with us. Like going to the family reunion yet again by myself. Those kinds of things. And this year, my mother's family reunion and my father's family reunion are on the same weekend. So I'll be in Atlanta for my mom's and going to Chicago. And so I don't know if I stay single too long, whatever that looks like, whatever that means. But I want to be with elders who are still pouring, because I understand myself to be an elder in other people's lives.
Mhm.
And so I want that wisdom, right? I want to be the student under somebody who has lived life, whether it's hyper successful or a shit life. Like, because I think you can learn from broken people too. I want to learn. I want to be in the company of that. I think the mentoring piece sounds good, but when I sit back and go, like when I say to you all that I love you, what I had to get clear about delivering an intimacy workshop is that when I say I love you and Chris and P, I'm not saying I love you because I love you. I'm saying I love you because I know I need you.
Mm.
And being aware of that and going, wow, like this, okay, got it. These are not like when y'all were talking and bantering before we even started. I was on the phone with somebody go, I just love them. Like, I love the timbre in their voices, like the confidence, the power. I love the way they talk to each other, right? It's always, no matter what you all are going through or growing through, there's a relationship there that I just love. Like, I love it. But I've also had to say to some people, thank you for being in my life, but this is the exit door. Because what I also found is that I thought I was in friendships, but what I was in free coaching.
Wow.
And so I had to get clear about that. Like, oh, okay, you're actually, and so I had to reset on what's a client and what's a relationship. And so once I got present to that, I also recognized that, when people have too much access to you, they stop respecting you.
That something along those lines right there is one of the treatments I put in the folder for today. So I'm gonna try to pin that and double back on that when we get to that treatment. I'm sorry that derailed the conversation, but it was just something that kind of hit me, and I just thought
You didn't derail it. In 5 years, I want to be like in my 60s and sexier than a motherfucker. Like, that's just the truth. Like, I don't need the stuff I thought I needed, and y'all gonna find once y'all hit that benchmark, that next benchmark age, y'all are on y'all journey to 50. You gonna hit 50 and be like, I'm worried about that dumb shit.
I get more and more like that now as it goes on, for sure.
Because you are 50.
Shut up.
And people hitting 60 are like, you worrying about that shit at 50? Like, it's all that thing. And I think that, and to your original question, I don't think we never stop yearning. The little boy in me is not 55. The little boy in me is still a little boy. Sitting at a window or sitting, playing with his cars, waiting for somebody to acknowledge him.
Yeah, we had that conversation too. And I think this is so cool about this particular part right now is because Belle definitely had a quick hard stop at a certain time. So Bellhead, if you want to dip, I think Butta and I can continue having a little bit of a conversation, and then we'll tap back into this when you come back, bro.
All right, that'll work. Good seeing y'all. Love y'all.
Love you too, baby. Peace. So LT, Bell's, I feel like I know where he was going with the 5-year thing, but just me knowing him,
yeah,
it's lined up. There is a plan in place. There are multiple steps in there that he, multiple benchmarks that he's going to hit and achieve that 5-year plan. And I'm not sure if that was the direction he was going, but I think he was probably looking for more clarity and direction from us. And I learned that over the past week, just in terms of doing a lot of dissecting and conversing with some people. Just a lot of things have been put into perspective, and I just, I obviously apply them to myself and my relationships and whatnot. And a lot of the conversation I had just helped me to better understand my dude from a place that I probably couldn't see because I'm so close.
And it's
You know
so
what I'm saying?
yeah, it's funny you say that because I remember starting the podcast with you all and watching my life change.
It's
I had
kind of wild, ain't it though?
Well, I mean, I was finally in community.
Yeah.
Like I was finally in community outside of people needing me.
Mm-hmm.
I was in, and nobody needs me. Let me be real clear. But I was in a community where I was like, oh wow, I also get to be the student too. Because I always approach everything from I want to learn, I want to learn, I want to learn. And it's generally where I'm at. But when I talk to people, I go back to our first like conversations around, hey, do you have an emergency fund? Do you have that one credit card for this and the one credit card? Like I'm actively looking to get my credit cards down to like in 5 years, that'll be like my financial thing. It'll be like, all right, this is this for this, this for that. COVID killed my savings account. So it was just like, and trying to get it back has been like, it's been challenging because people in my life would be like, well, I think he had money. I don't know, because I wouldn't talk money. You just saw me with stuff. But I had socked a lot of money away, but I didn't trust people. I just had to change a relationship that I had for more than 30 years with somebody who was like, I finally realized, oh shit, you don't respect me. You just want what I have.
Let me write that down because that was also something that we can add to the treatment.
I just want to be clear about that. And so it just made me like, my word this year is integrity. And I found myself just out of integrity with myself. And I was like, yo, I need to figure out what this looks like. And so even just talking about the 5-year plan, it's a gut punch and a celebration. Because there was a time in my life that I didn't know if I was going to be here tomorrow. But to be clear, I want to be here in 5 years, want to have done some great stuff. And I think people looking into my life are like, dude, you're doing all right. I'm like, yeah, all right is cool. But a lot of stuff I got to, I did not have a plan for. A lot of stuff I got to, I was just in the right place at the right time. And for my church folk, I have ridiculous favor. And what I learned about having favor is that it comes with a responsibility. And that responsibility is service. And so I'm always, no matter what I do on the planet, I never want to retire from service. I never want to retire from serving people on the planet. I never want to retire from that. I never want to get too old to support other people. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. When y'all talk about like friends and stuff like that, I find myself today going, yep, I got some dope people in my life. I don't know if I want extra people.
Yo, and I got my behind chewed out by the guys when I said that. I'm like, I got my circle of friends. Like I've had the same friends my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like P is the last person I kind of let in my circle. And I'm cool with that. But I don't think like for why? I got my village. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to adding people to it, but like I get your point. But it's interesting you mentioned the church just now, but one of the things I put in the treatment, it was a clip that I saw online, and I just want to kind of stimulate your brain right now. But the title was Deliverance versus Development. And it was people's feelings about church versus therapy. Not church and therapy.
Yeah, I think it's a both and. I think the either or will jam us up, especially with the way church is now.
We'll save that for the conversation, but it was just interesting that you took it that you said from my church people. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty interesting. So this is one of them things. Like this conversation often comes up in like dating, though. No, like when so what's your 5-year plan?
I think it used to. I think that happens more so when you're dating someone that you see a future with. And you're hoping when you pose that question that they see a future with you. Like, I think many people, when they ask that question, though they want to hear the 5-year plan to see where they can either help, be a part of it, or write themselves into the plan, or they hope that you're sharing, hey, in 5 years it's going to be us, we're going to be doing our thing, right?
Mhm.
And then they can like stop hoping and wishing. They can like get to work and get to the 5 years. I don't think that that question is today. I don't think that question is something that people ask just kind of casually, like, what's your favorite color? I think
Mhm.
so much intentionality behind it. I think it's designed to probe, but to really also show where there can be accessible to the person. Like if you want to access the person more, I know your 5-year plan. I can get you at year 2 with, you said you wanted to do this. I've been researching da 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 da. Da.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I
So
think that can come up, especially with, I think, women who are looking to like be with a great husband, or men who finally tapped into their own level of vulnerability.
it's so crazy that you said that. So one of the questions on the treatment says, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And I want to save that conversation for the collective,
Yeah.
but I do want to ask you, because it's so funny that you transitioned there. I want to ask you, there are multiple elements that come into where we see ourselves for 5 years.
Sure.
In this particular moment right now, can you think of what the most important piece of that would be in 5 years for you?
Stability.
And that's interesting you say that, because I would have never, I don't see instability. What does that look like to you?
I'll be in my 60s. And so stability for me is just like, I mean, that's the, like you said, in 5 years. So I'm thinking, I don't feel unstable, but that's like that would be the most important thing that I get to look around and not be wavering on anything. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that for me is paramount. Whether somebody is in my life or out of my life, I want to always be good for myself.
That's interesting, because I don't, I don't feel like, I don't see the instability in it because of how you have and do show up for me. And that is completely the opposite of what I would say, because when you say what would be one of the most important things in 5 years for me,
Mm-hmm.
my stability isn't about me, it's about relationship.
And you're also a father. So you're also looking at it from the lens and lanes of your family, things like that. Stability for me is, today, I don't have an emergency contact.
Mhm.
I always leave that section blank. Um, I'm like dealing with a cold right now. That's when I'm sick. That's when I feel single. That's when I feel like, there's nobody to catch me. And so for me at 60, I want to have my plan out. This is where you take my body. This
Mm.
this, if you should find me, da 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 da. It sound to other people, it sounds more morbid, but I don't want to be the person y'all be like, oh my God, he was amazing. Chicken dinners are $10. Peach is gonna be doing fish and collard greens. Like, nah. I want to have my shit so tight that it's like it's impenetrable. But I learned that on this podcast. Y'all didn't talk about it. But I was like, what are the things that are important to me? Like when I look at 5 years, that's what I want. I want it to be, I want to be so it's not so much instability, but everybody around me has family. I don't.
You do.
Everyone around me has children. They're excited about being in romantic relationships. And I'm like, that's dope. I just want to fucking chill and take a nap when I want to. That's
No, that's fair.
not for much. Like I just want to like shit. I got a bunch of clothes, and people are like, "Oh my god!" And then I've gotten older, and now this fashion thing has blown up, and I'm like, all right, cool, right?
Mhm.
We'll do fashion now. Like I'm doing fashion, and then I had a brother say like, "Oh, you're a fashion guy," and I was like, among other things.
Right. Right.
Don't box me in. Let me jump out that little bitty ass box called your mind. I'm bigger than that. And no fight to anybody who is like committed to fashion in a particular way. But that's the thing for me. And that question just really, that question sits in me in a real way around I just don't want to I don't want to have to do. Let me say it out loud. I don't want to have to depend on anybody. And I don't know what 60 look. I don't know what my 60 will look like, right? Or my 60 something. But I'm enjoying being 55 and then, kicking it and doing my thing. It just so happens y'all hit the 5, and I was like, God damn, 5 years, I'll be 60.
No doubt.
And
No doubt.
here's the other piece. I just landed on it. So my big brother has diabetes. And I watched that dude get clean so that my mom can see him clean before she died. And he got clean and he stayed clean. He hadn't been calling me. So I called my big brother and I was like, yo, what's up? What you been doing? Now, Anthony is 10 years older than me and has always been my hero. And I'm talking about from jail time to me writing a letter to a judge, having his record expunged, and me being first phone calls. And that's his little brother being able to write this letter with pride. Because I watched my brother touch other people's lives and do social service and work with young men who's gone through what he's went through. I talked to my brother and I was like, yo, what's up with you? I haven't heard from my big bro. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I was like, all right, cool. And then he would later share that his numbers are all fucked up. And Anthony should be really tight on his diabetes. Medication off, all this other shit. And so I felt that old version of little brother, like when he was on drugs. I would send messages and be like, yo, you still my hero, man. And back in the day, I had an Android, so I could send messages. And now that my brother is older, I'm like, you survived all this shit. You gonna let diabetes take you out? Nigga. And I got so fucking angry. I got so fucking mad. I was like, I need for you to pull your shit together. And then that little brother kicked in. I need to hear from you once a week. We need to do this, and this. I owe him a call tomorrow. It's that kind of shit. I'm like, dude, we ain't doing this. I am not doing this with you. And I made a promise to my mother that I would take care of my brother. I made a promise to her. When my mom got sick, she didn't say take care of yourself. She said take care of
your brother. Yeah.
You take care of Anthony because you're the only one that he'll listen to. You take care of him. I'm like, all right. When my mom died, I honored her children. The moment my mom got sick, I knew I had to take care of her babies. I knew I did. I was like, I got to make sure they're okay.
God forbid. God forbid. But I feel like that's something my mom would say too, because duck ass don't listen to nobody but me.
But that's how it is. And but the difference is you the big brother. Duck is your little brother. I'm the little brother who's never quite been the little brother. Right? My brothers and sisters have always been like my extra parents. So even with that, and I think the older I get, the happier I am in moments like this, where I'm with people I love. I don't want to do this work with new people. I'm cool on people. People have shitted on me.
No. Listen, man. I got one of these treatments I really think you'll be able to tap into, bro. So I don't even want to continue this any further. I want to double back into this conversation when Bell jumps back in so we can get this 5-year plan on the road and maybe have some bullet points for him because I know he's gonna ask for him. I know he's gonna.
What's about to happen now? I'm about to sit my ass down and do a 5-year plan.
For sure. Yeah. I don't want to cut this episode short, y'all, but I think it's important for us all to be here and have this conversation because Bell gonna drop some gems on y'all. I feel it in my spirit, and I know my dude. So
he read the book right now. Bell read the book right now. He goes this quote from Dr. Simon. Get your bitch ass up.
Word.
While sitting down, tying your shoes.
Yeah. Word.
Shit.
So let the people know what you took from this particular scattered conversation, Butta?
Final thoughts for sure. It's not final. My final thoughts is it's not final. What I did learn today is that I only want to control the controllables. Shit that's out of my control, I'm not interested in controlling anymore. I'm only controlling controllables. What I'm taking away from this is a deeper love for my brothers. How much I get to be okay with saying that I miss y'all. And I love that I get to have a space where I can have a real conversation with myself and other people. And if you got a pulse, you got a purpose. It's not final.
For sure, I like that. If you got a pulse, you got a purpose. For me, y'all, the conversation was all over the place. Definitely want to adopt a more sincere 5-year plan. I think just where my brain works, it's always all over the place. But if I can write some stuff down and have it bulleted, it would point me in the right direction. But there's so many things that I want to do and achieve that like I get sidetracked with tackling bits and pieces of it all and not staying aligned to the big goal. I'll knock out those small goals in between. So I think writing all this stuff down would be super beneficial and helpful for me. But the most important thing I took from this conversation was, we need to speak more. We can't take 3 weeks off anymore. Like there is so much that has happened in these last 3 weeks that we could have done this whole episode with just a check-in. We cut it short intentionally to be able to get to the point and get the people something. They don't want to hear us talking about our lives for the whole hour. Maybe they do. I don't know. But we definitely need to speak more. We can't let this go. And again, we were all busy, so it's not like we were just avoiding the assignment. But we got to make it a point, even if, again, but it's just the two of us or two of y'all get on and we got to make it happen. We should always just continue to have these conversations going, because whether you guys realize it or not, this has been something that has been 1000% therapeutic and is actually beneficial and has helped all of us grow and become better men. And it's necessary. It's needed. And when we take those weeks off, I think we feel it. And if we don't feel it in the moment, when we get back on the podcast is when it's felt. So find your community, my people, and be sure to tap in with it, because it's going to do you hella justice to just get some stuff off your chest. For sure. Hey, y'all, we're going to keep it short and sweet. Hit us on our voice line, y'all. We got a voice line, 860-410-6160, 860-410-6160. We can be reached on all social media platforms at All Black Men Need Therapy. Shoot us an email, allblackmenneedtherapy@gmail.com. And we like to respond. We got the reminder out every episode that we created this podcast so we can have a safe space for Black men to openly engage in conversations surrounding their mental health. We're going to be here every week to the best of our ability, just trying to get us to open up and talk and be the change that we wish to see, sincerely. So per usual, y'all, we're going to end it like we always do. Please do us all a favor and hug a Black man today. In the words of Prentice, do it. And tomorrow, get to it, y'all. We out.
1.